Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp. Now we're on the move. Good morning, Stackers.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Platinum is looking and holding well up against gold. We're going to take a look at platinum versus gold today. Of course, do the usual platinum, gold, silver analysis, some Bitcoin analysis too. I'm going to wait for everyone to get in here to do the shout outs. But of course, in the first 1 minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp because you are watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. Grab your tasty beverages right now, whatever they are, I don't care. This is water for me. The caffeine, my early morning caffeine, has been just surging through my body in a slow release format. I'll explain that if you really want me to. But of course, we do every single thing. We use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here, including the synchronized slurp. Grab your tasty beverages. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, slurp them synchronously together. Let's go. You are watching live on YouTube and live on X. My name is Joe Main. I have worked in the precious metals industry here in Australia over 3 major bullion dealers, Goldstackers, Bullion Now, Ainslie Bullion. Now I do this live show every single weekday morning. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do. We are the winning team. 831 subscribers as of right now. That's 10 new ones overnight. Fantastic to see so many people here. Of course, I want you to hit the like button. That helps me with the algorithm. And of course, I get the shout outs out of the way. Then we segment. Okay. And of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au and WealthStack, wealthstack.com. Are you ready? Let's do the shout outs, people. It's so great to see you. I'm in my shirt today. I'm looking and feeling a little funky. I'm feeling all right today. And what a funky intro that is. Let's see. Neil was the first one out the gate. One half of the Osmium twins and Platinum, I'll call you the Platinum King, I reckon, quite possibly. Neil's Han Dynasty. I'm going to get NHD is in the house, and this is your opening gambit every single time you post that, and that's cool. Jason Ashworth. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Oh, and the other half of the Osmium twins is in the house. Sip Slurp. That's right, Gerald Draper. Great to see you. The Don is back. Hey, man. Hey, man. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Jason Ashworth, Scotch on the Scotch on the rocks is amazing to slurp at 9 a.m. I'm assuming you're joking. Debt is great. GMS. This is what you say, people. You say GMS. That is the calling card in the beginning of the show. Howdy, Neil. Osmium twins. Activate. That is hilarious. And Caroline Goody. I'm going to say Goody because it sounds cool. Caroline Goody. Oh, to be Goody. Yeah, probably. Caroline, are you new to the show? Have I seen you in here before? Are you a first-time live watcher but a long-time subscriber? Let me know. Thank you for joining us here on the live stream. We won't wait for too many other people to pop in. We've got a decent amount of people watching right now. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Let's talk about platinum holding up well versus gold. Okay, and of course we'll incorporate, in the second part of the show, live gold, silver, platinum analysis, etc. But we'll take a look at platinum specifically today. It was just something I noticed in the charts overnight. So let me show you platinum, and I'll share the screen when I get a chance. Here we go. Sharing the screen, and we are looking at platinum. Okay, platinum on the daily time frame, priced in USD, $973.80 US cents per platinum ounce. Now, does it mean my technical analysis is better than someone else's? No. So the things I'm looking at, the trend lines I have and all that stuff is going to differ from other people's. But I just want to give you the quick little comparison too, and then we'll take a look at the full gold and silver analysis. But here's platinum. Okay, it's currently over the thick yellow line here, which represents the February 2008 trend line, the mother of all trend lines, on platinum. Okay, going all the way back to February of 2008. This one right here. I've explained it many times before. Many failed attempts to break and hold above for any significant period of time. It hasn't done it yet. Okay, couple of months here and there, but then less than a month, years, it just always heads back down. We are in. It's just really getting us to. It's really taking us to the absolute apex. Okay, and actually, interestingly, I did suggest around about this time-ish, we'll get to this apex, and it won't get to here. What I'm saying is generally with a symmetrical triangle pattern, you can take this February 2020-21 line, this uptrend line right here. It will squeeze, but at some point it will make its decision, and it never does it at the absolute apex of the corner. So it's not going to happen in March of 2025, and it's not going to happen, I would say, even in January. So this month or next month, it will have made its decision whether it's going to go this way or that way. But out of interest, on the daily time frame, it's holding up well versus gold and silver, actually, but I thought I'd just mention gold in the title. It's above the 2008 trend line. So what that means for me, technically we're in the cautiously excited zone. It's kind of more like the neutral zone. Maybe I'll have to start calling it the neutral zone instead of cautiously excited. But this is the excited zone for me, so I'm like cautious. Like, all right, let's see. Okay, when we're in here, we're in the depressed zone for platinum, but we're back here, and so it's been holding up. So take a look at, that's gold, that's platinum. So take a look at gold. Gold's still above there, so that's looking good. And silver, it's still above, but it's really holding well versus gold in particular. Okay, so that's this fiat dollar currency price. What we would want to see for platinum is this hold the February 2008 trend line, the big mother of all trend lines, and do something like that. I would imagine you would find some kind of resistance here, then you'd come back to find support somewhere, pick an area, maybe there probably. We're just spitballing here, so that's like your 980 mark, and then that would be lovely to see, wouldn't it? Of course. If that doesn't hold, though, then we go back into the depressed zone, okay? And then we're looking at probably something like, well, you would want to see that bounce off, but if that finds resistance, then down like that. Cool? That's into the best buy zone between 900 to 750 US dollars. But in terms of it holding up against platinum, let me show the platinum to gold ratio. It is, and it has been, we've been talking about it for a while, but it's still holding. This is the good thing. It's been holding its previous historical low. So this is platinum versus gold, and I'll do it on the weekly time frame. Okay, so just so if you're unfamiliar with what ratios are, this is the ratio of platinum versus gold. When this is going down, gold is outperforming platinum. When this is rising, platinum is outperforming gold. And you can see very clearly, long term downward trend where gold has completely outperformed platinum since 2008. Gee, what do you know? It coincides with that other trend line on platinum. This is the main downtrend line. Okay, so between 2008 and 2020, December 2020, massively underperforming. And then in December of 2020, platinum had a little bit of an uptick versus gold. Okay, it came up to here. And then, what do you notice? It formed now a support instead of resistance. So on this major downtrend line, it's now become and held as support instead of resistance. Unfortunately, it's still been going down, but at least it's been maintaining this support line. Cool. We had this low here of 39. This was back in February of 2020. Okay, well, we know what was going on in March and February of March of 2020. Okay, and that's when you've seen this uptick right here. But just recently, again, this is the weekly time frame, and I will remove this. So let me get rid of these brush tools. That's a lot of brush tools. Okay, it is still above. Okay, and if we pop on, that's on the monthly time frame. If we pop on the weekly, it seems like, and some people are calling it, I'm not necessarily calling it because it looked like a bottoming here, didn't it, for a number of weeks, and then we went down. Some people are calling an absolute bottom in the platinum to gold ratio. I'm not sure, but I wanted to let you know of it. Okay, so it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's been a number of weeks now. We've just kind of been ranging a little bit between the 36 to 39 area, and we've found resistance so far at that previous support level right there. Cool. So the positives, I guess, well, the negatives are it's still heading down, and it's that very much respecting this downtrend line. That's the positive. It is respecting this trend line, and at some point it will, absolutely will, tick over at some point. Probably more so when the gold and silver bull era continue their run. We'll take a look at gold and silver in a second. Some people believe that's back on the uptick. I'm not so sure. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But it looks like a bottom might be forming. And look, I'm not going to say either way it's definitely happening, but just keep an eye out for that. Okay, what you would want to see, and I've mentioned it a number of times before, and I now need to change that Fibonacci level. So give me a second. So I'm doing this on the fly as well. I now can't call that the bottom, right? I don't think I have to move that to at least to there. So what we'd be looking at though is the resistance level of 39 right here. You crack above 39, and that is on the ratio number. That's a great start. Okay, that's probably getting me, I would say, getting interested again. Getting interested in more platinum. Okay, right here at the 39 level. Yep, right there. You crack above there. That's interesting. We did show this before. You crack above there and you bounce off, and that is very good. The final hurdle for me, and I think I was calling it I've called it my final hurdle, but geez, maybe I need to change it to my getting interested line. Yeah, no, I need to change that to my getting interested line. No, so to my getting excited line. So this is not my final hurdle line anymore. Let me change that. Why won't it let me do it? Just let me click on it, people. What's going on? Why won't you let me do it? Oh, okay, because I've got a brush tool. Oh, God damn it. Here we go. I will call that getting excited line. Again, this is platinum versus gold. There will come a time where it's going to be better to be in platinum versus gold. I don't know when that is, but these are the levels you would want to at least watch out for. Getting over here at 39, you're getting interested again. At the meantime, it's just still, oh well, whatever. Platinum's still going to underperform. Possible bottom here, that's what you need to see. Above here is where you're getting excited for the possibility of platinum to really outperform gold over the longer term. And if I had to put in my final hurdle, which would really seal the deal, I did have this level here as the deal ceiling. I think I'm incorrect on that. So I'm probably going to have to be very cautious. Yeah, I'm going to say there. Okay, so that's pretty clear for me. That's the parity line. So let me just move that. Here is my final hurdle. Okay, it's a long way off. But hey, you could be wanting to get into platinum when you see us get over the getting excited line. And that's at the 0.45 ratio for platinum to gold. Although if you want to be incredibly cautious, then I would be waiting for something like this. I'm not saying any of this is going to happen, by the way. Okay, you would wait for something like that, find the bounce, and then if it ticks back up, that is the final hurdle to say, wow, platinum's really going to continue. Cool. However, the getting excited line might be the one that you would at least want to look into, because what you could even do is you could play the getting excited to final hurdle line, because you never know. That is, by the way, that is a final hurdle. So it's a hurdle, which means it could do, you know, that kind of thing. Possibly. So that's why it's a final hurdle. So even you could play the getting excited, none of this is financial advice, but the getting excited to final hurdle line. That is an 85% move, roughly. Call it an 80% move. Okay. Imagine seeing it break above and hold the 0.45 level. It starts cracking up and you go, oh, right, this is looking really interesting. I think we're going to find some resistance higher up somewhere. You could call it there if you wanted to. You could even call it here if you wanted to, at that former resistance line at 0.73, and that's a 60% move. Okay, given fees and all that, and depending what you're doing, if you're swapping at a local bullion deal, you're going to, you know, selling out at a certain level, buying back with premium. But you could up your gold stack by 50 to 60% just by playing the platinum to gold ratio. You may hate platinum, it's the worst metal in the world, but if you see it outperforming gold, why would you not take advantage of it to get more gold later on down the track? That's the exact same thing that we do with the gold to silver ratio and all the other ratios that we look at. Okay, you got to look at the thing that's outperforming the big one. Cool. So in the precious metals industry, gold is the big one. If silver is looking like it's outperforming and you really love gold, get silver. If platinum looks like it's outperforming gold, you really love gold, get platinum. Cool. Makes sense? Good. That is the platinum to gold ratio. Some people saying it's bottoming here. I don't know 100%, but it's at historical lows. Okay. I was about to say I don't know how much lower it can go, but it can go much, much lower, of course. Gold could go through a huge run. Platinum could be the most unloved metal in human history for a number of years. But at some point, it will tick over. And out of interest, the relative strength index will help you find that potential bottom. So on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame, we haven't been extremely undervalued for quite some time. Okay, so it does have room to move down. Will it respect this downtrend line? That would be very important to see that it does respect that and it remains above it. On the daily time frame, on the relative strength index, we've been in an uptick recently. Okay, but on the monthly, we are still trending down. It doesn't mean it has to get to the bottom here, the bottom range. But, on balance of probability, it probably will before it starts ticking around. So that's why you have got room to move down on the platinum to gold ratio. Could completely tick up from here. So just watch this, okay? Either watch it yourself, follow the ratio, or follow me. Hit the big red subscribe button to stay updated with the platinum to gold ratio. Let's get your thoughts on platinum. Do you think it's at a bottom? Do you love platinum? I know at least one person that absolutely loves platinum. And that would be Niels Hahn Dynasty. So great to see so many of you here. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. Carolyn says, no, I've been before. Love the show. Thank you. I thought I'd recognized your thing. Let's see. Hi, Gerald Draper. Black Coal is in the house. GMS. Any comments on platinum, people? We've got a bunch of more people watching that are commenting. We've got a few shy watchers today. That's interesting. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Post a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, what I want you to do also is I want you to send me an email. Send me an email to gmstackers@gmail.com. Why? Well, do you have show and tell that you'd like me to show everyone else? We do subscriber show and tell. So if you've been at your local coin store and you picked up a bargain, send me a photo of it, tell me more about it, and I'll give it a shout out over there. And you can remain anonymous if you want, or just your YouTube handle or whatever, or just completely anonymous. Or hey, if you want to send me a photo of your entire stack, hey, look what I've been able to stack over the last 10 years, 5 years, 1 year. Are you a newbie stacker and you've just got your little core stack, but it's big for you? We want to champion you. So I'd love to hear from new stackers as well. Tell us what you've bought recently. So, and send me an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. Also, if you would like help with your social media, I've done it many times before. I launched and grew Bullion Now's YouTube channel from 0, because I was their first employee, to nearly 20,000 subscribers by the time I left the company. All those multi-hundreds of thousands of view videos, the ones with nearly 1 million views as well. That's all me, baby. I produced and did all that stuff. Okay, and they're still doing great guns, Bullion Now, of course, but I started it, launched it, grew it to where it was until a couple of years ago where I left the company. So I can help you do that with your social media, whether that be mainly a YouTube channel. If you probably don't think your business could do with a YouTube channel, you're probably wrong. It's worth at least a chat with me, because I might be able to help you grow your community and grow your customer base, which is really what it's all about. So send me an email to there, see if I can help you any kind of business. Any more comments? And although we'll get to the other stuff. Love Platinum says, Black Coal, good. Excellent. It's just one word, platinum, says Niels Hahn Dynasty. We'll get into gold, silver. We've done platinum price analysis, do gold, silver, and Bitcoin analysis in just a second. And get your chart requests in now. I will take at least one chart request. If you want me to take a look at something that I haven't seen before, I will give preference to that. However, if it's something I've done before, but you want me to relook at it, I will be happy to do that too. Cool. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au is my brand partner, my first brand partner. If you're not buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, there's something wrong with you. Can I put it in any stronger terms? If you're not buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, and I really mean this from just a stacker perspective. I've stacked precious metals since 2010. I've worked in the precious metals industry since 2013. If you're not buying, if they're not at least one of the preferred dealers that you buy from, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should be at least checking them out. Okay, perthbullion.com.au. Why? Great prices, great range, great service, great shipping, quick shipping, and also free shipping. Australia's only dealer to give you free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. No other bullion dealer in Australia will dare do it. They're still waiting for Perth Bullion Exchange to go belly up, I reckon, to go, they can't give free shipping. Like, why would they? Well, it's not feasible. It's not financially feasible. It's not fiscal. Okay, that's bull dust. That it is absolutely possible. Okay, and Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange figured out a way that he could offer free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. Now you've got to buy over a certain amount, and you don't just get free shipping on one silver coin, right? But if you buy, it's very simple. It's very minimal too. All you need to do is have 20 or more items in your shopping cart in your order. It doesn't have to be 20 of the one thing, and it doesn't have to be a particular size or a particular price. Okay, for example, if you just wanted to buy 20 half-ounce Scottsdale silver rounds, okay, you buy 20 of those, instant free shipping. Okay, you don't have to buy 21 ounces, 20 half ounces. They even have, when they have them, they have 1 10th-ounce rounds sometimes on the website. They don't have them at the moment. They all sold out. You can even buy 20 1 10th-ounce rounds, and that's like 150, 160, 100 and something bucks. Instant free shipping, Australia-wide, sign-on delivery, all that good stuff, okay? But you don't need to buy 20 of one thing. You can buy 2 of these, 1 of those, a bit of gold, a bit of that, as long as the total combination of items in your order is 20 or more, instant free shipping. Come on, man. It's, yeah. You know my feelings with Perth Bullion Exchange. So that's them and WealthStack. I have the same feelings about WealthStack for unallocated gold programs, particularly for the people who do not want to stack the physical. And some people don't want to stack the physical, okay? And that's okay. We love those people too. They're strange. I mean, well, they think we're strange, but we think they're strange. They don't want to, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. But it depends on the form in which you're holding it. It is a phone app, okay? Download it for iPhone or Android. WealthStack, one word, okay? All you do right here is you go like this. You go to the About section, and then you click down and you go to the App Store. Now, you're doing this really on your phone. You don't do it here, but I'm just showing you what the app looks like. It's WealthStack, one word. That is the logo. This is the screenshots of the user interface. It's very user-friendly. You might be interested in spreading or diversifying your risk around. Okay, not a bad idea. If you've got all your eggs in one basket, all your precious metals in one area, and if it's all just physical, you might want to consider having some quicker access to some liquidity as well. So that's not a bad idea. Let's just say you're investing in other things and you go, well, oh wow, Bitcoin is had a big dip, or something else, Tesla, pick a thing that you're interested in, has had a big dip, and I want to move a portion of my gold or silver, gold in particular, when I'll talk about silver in a minute, into this other thing. Well, okay, you've got to play the waiting game. You've got to take your precious metals down to the bullion dealer. You've got to sell it back and all that stuff. It could take 24, 48 hours. Is it the weekend, for example? You've got to wait for the store to open. But with something like WealthStack, you've got quicker access to liquidity as well. So maybe spreading your portfolio type, if that makes sense, into something like WealthStack as well is not a bad idea. Okay, you're buying gold for spot plus 1%. Okay, you're selling back for spot plus 0.5%. And what's happening here is, coming along down the track, you will be able to buy silver. You'll be able to buy platinum. They're a brand new company, Australian-owned, Australian-regulated. What's coming as well, the debit card. Pay and spend your gold and silver with a debit card, okay? Visa, MasterCard, whatever it's going to be. It might be on your phone as well. It's just an amazing app, okay? Go to wealthstack.com and at least tell your normie friends about it if they don't want to stack the physical like you. Makes sense? Good. chart requests, or we're going to do clean air metals. Okay, you want me to do clean air metals? I will take a look at clean air metals. We'll do that after the regular gold, silver, platinum analysis. You are watching Good Morning Stackers. If you have just joined us, hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. My name is Joe Main. What I'd love you to do as well is find me on Twitter at Joe in General, but I'll show you that a little bit later on. Let's take a look at gold. Gold on the monthly. Let's take it on the daily. Daily time frame. USD. Interesting. 2,632 US dollars. It's holding up well as well. I could have entitled this something like, precious metals holding up well. It's still above the clear here for more confidence area. So it's above the support level of 2,600 US dollars. What it is not above, however, yet is the mother of all trend lines. That's the big kicker for me. We are ticking up on the relative strength index on the daily time frame. Cool. Just be weary, okay? On the monthly time frame, we've been extremely overvalued for a good period of time. I still believe that this is still, we're going through the short-term retrace, and until we break and hold at least the mother of all trend lines, that it's around about 2,660-ish. We're not out of the woods just yet. This could be just a little blip along the way, and down she goes. That's what I'm betting on more so, okay? Could I be wrong and it sails back through into here, down here? Yeah, most likely not. It's much less than a 50% chance. I would give that probably a 20% chance that we head back straight up into extremely overvalued again, and head up to a higher area like a 3,000 psychological value before we have a longer term retrace. I think longer term, I should say. At the shorter term, we're talking 3 to 6 months, something like that. I think that's still on the cards because we're not out of the woods. Cool. Great to see it above though. Okay. The longer we hold above 2,600, the more likely it is that we are to have a test, at least of here. Hey, if you want to see gold go up, this is what you would want to do. Something like that, or hey, just smack straight back above, but you need to hold it as support and then crack back up, and then we'd talk about higher prices coming. We're not there yet. Cool. But yeah, small little positive that we are above this support line here. Clear here for more confidence. We have a little bit more confidence, but I'm not confident that it's the retrace is done yet. Good. That makes sense. Watch out for, as I said, first support area 2,500 to 2,450 would be the first major area of support that we might bottom at. I'm more inclined to say that we have a 20 to 25% move in gold again over the next 3 to 6 months roughly, and that we're heading down around to this 2,250 kind of area. That just depends on when it hits. It might butt up against this uptrend line right here. So you could come down into the belly of the best buy zone. 2,250 to 2,150 is more likely for me. Hey, we're right up here. This is me saying this is more likely than this is likely at the second. We're all the way up here. I could be crazy to think that. But until we clear there, could just be a little bup on the way. Cool. Yeah, that's gold. It's really quick. That's gold. Let's take a look at silver. 31.20 in USD. We're using the tradingview.com website, and we are still above 31 US dollars. Okay, great. And hey, here's a positive. We closed above 31 US dollars. Okay, so that's good. 2 days closing above 31 US dollars. We found support around just above 31 right there. My inkling is that we do see it break today. Or at least in this week, I think we see it break. And my guess is we close the week below 31. Okay, a little spike, and then I think that basically following this thing, except it spiked a little bit higher. Something like that, a fake out. That's my feeling of what's going to happen. Could be completely wrong. Don't listen to me. You should be dollar cost averaging anyway. But because I think gold is not out of the woods, silver is not out of the woods. Where gold goes, silver tends to follow. And so that's all you need to know. Hey, what would be the positives? The positives, if it holds 31, does something like that, and then comes, and we've shown this already, comes back and tests 32.50, finds support somewhere, and then breaks above and holds above 32.50. That's really great guns. That's setting up for a move back up to your 35 area. You clear 35, in particular this uptrend line. Okay, if you clear this uptrend line, looking really good for a push. Hey, I don't know, potentially to the $38.50 level right there. That's my next major level of resistance. I've put in a purple box here of 37 to 40 for 2024. That's the top. I don't see it breaking, and I hadn't, and I still don't see it breaking $40 in 2024. That's the absolute top. But 37 to 40 with that little 38.50 key Fibonacci level right there is where I think would be, if we sail up from here in 2024, that's the spot where we would top out at, roughly. But I'll put in that range of 37 to 40. I'm not saying that's coming. I'm just saying what you would need to see for that to come is that thing breaking above 32.50. Good, good. But my bias is to the downside again for the next weeks and at least a couple of months moving ahead, because on the weekly time frame, silver's a little bit of a different animal actually. I mean, it's finding support here, but on the monthly time frame, this is the thing with silver. It is a little bit different to gold. It could outperform gold, quite possibly. So that is the other side of the coin, of the bullion coin here. We haven't gone into extremely overvalued yet like we have with gold. Gold on the monthly is extremely overvalued, right? And we're ticking down. Silver on the monthly, haven't even gotten into there yet. So, okay, there is the possibility that silver could have a massive overperforming of gold over the next few months. Maybe it's just gold that's going to have the big retrace and silver just consolidates for a bit. But again, where gold goes, silver tends to follow. We are trending down. I'm more likely to be inclined that silver does head down back to at least the top end of the best buy zone, and that's at the $28 US level. And breaking and holding under 29.80, the new line in the sand, would confirm that for me. That's all you need to know. That is silver. So not out of the woods just yet. Cool. We've done platinum. I don't need to do the gold to silver ratio at the moment. Let's take a quick look at, and we're adding it to the rotation at the moment, quick look at Bitcoin. Here's your Bitcoin price analysis, 91,800 US dollars. We just made a new all-time high overnight, technically, but we've just spiked. So right here at 93,880 US dollars on this particular index. What we need to watch out for is obviously the 100K psychological value. That's the big one. And if I show you on the weekly time frame, this is the big macro analyses that I've had drawn in for some time, adding a bunch of stuff to it, okay? This lists all the halvings, okay? And very clearly you can see after a halving, we have a run. After a halving, we have a run. After a halving, we have a run. It looks like that is continuing. The line in the sand we need to clear right now is this trend line right here. You break this trend line, and it sort of roughly coincides with the 100K psychological value. But I'd imagine if you break this and you break 100K, we will have a retrace, but then it's looking really good for higher prices. Okay, but just watch out. We're coming to a resistance level. We're not there yet. We're on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame. You've got a lot of room to move into extremely overvalued here. You can see that we're peaking into extremely overvalued, but you can spend a number of weeks in there, and we need to break that level. If that does not break, okay, then you'd be looking at a retrace. So if you find resistance at around about $97,000, $98,000, roughly $97,000, then you would see something like the following. And we're in price discovery, so there's no support levels, okay? You would see something like that, okay, over the following weeks, probably into, December, for example. And where the support level is, I don't know. You would not want to break here at 74,000 US dollars. That wouldn't be good, because that would be saying, oh, break of previous all-time high, and then you'd be, coming down to here. That wouldn't be looking good, okay? What would be positive would be, well, clearly the most positive move is if you have the break up above and you start doing that. That's very good, okay? I'm not saying that's going to happen. We are pretty getting overextended, at least on the daily time frame. Look at this. We are overextended on the daily. So a retrace in Bitcoin is coming, as it always does, right? It won't spend forever up here. Okay, so retrace is coming, just depends on when it happens. Watch out for that $97,000 to $100,000 area. I'm still bullish for Bitcoin over the next 6 to 9 months, roughly. Okay, you could do, as I said, you could do something like this where you come down. You might even retest the 74,000, but something like this. Maybe you retrace for a bit, then you finally break that. You do this slow, steady incline up to a certain level. Many people are talking about, 200,000 plus. That would be pretty par for course. Something like that. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but something like that, very par for course for the tail end of a bull run after the halving. Okay, something like that. That's even a lesser angle. All right, look at that angle. That's even a lesser angle than normal. Look at that right there. Look at that angle right there. That's actually on a less steep incline, right? A lesser incline. So you're actually, if you're going to match previous inclines, you'd actually be looking something more like that, really, which is taking it to your 400,000 kind of area. I'm not saying it's going there, but here at around about your, if the cycle plays out, 200,000 US dollars per one Bitcoin by the end of this cycle, if this cycle plays out like it does previously, very easy. Okay, so just keep all of that in the back of your mind. This is not financial advice. And also, if you just hold precious metals, good on you. You are the greatest stackers in the world. But we also do stack crypto. We stack skills. We stack friendships. We stack communities. That's what Good Morning Stackers is all about. And some of us, like me, are playing the current Bitcoin to silver ratio. I'm playing the crypto. So I'm not just in Bitcoin, I'm in crypto. I have moved a portion of my precious metals. I'm continuing to do so into crypto, trying to ride that wave to increase my precious metal stack, because really at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I'm using crypto as a vehicle to increase my proper real wealth stack, okay, to set me up for, as you know, the capital rotation, which is currently in play. It's not fully played out yet. It hasn't fully confirmed, but the gold to SPX and the silver to SPX ratio, right? This is the capital rotation, which will be happening. It is occurring. We're a little bit of blip along the way here. It will happen eventually where we tick over where the stock market, so this is the stock market versus gold. As this is going down, stock market is outperforming gold. As this is going up, we're in the precious metals era, bull era, okay? This will turn over eventually, okay? Out of interest, we're at a key level right there. Gee, what do you know? We found support right there. We really want to hold that. So this is the big macro capital rotation look, okay? And I think gold and silver will outperform the stock market again. It will start going into this turnaround right there. So that's why I'm trying to up my stack with crypto and then watch my my precious metal stack gain against the S&P 500 or the ASX 200. And you do it for whichever stock market index you wish, maybe the one that's based in your own country. Cool. So that's the big investment play for me over 2025. Cool. Yeah. I think we shall get to let's do it. I'm going to close that 1 second. Yeah, that's better. Good to see so many people watching. All right, people, we are going to do a quick chart request. We have a chart request for Clean Air Metals. I don't know what the ticker is. Neil, can you tell me what the ticker is? That would be really helpful. I'm just going to check that I'm still going out live on YouTube and live out on X. I am absolutely doing that on YouTube. And out of interest, people, what you really should be doing, I really want you to follow me here on X as well. I've been moving this from a purely anonymous-ish. It was very easy to dox me, as I've been saying. You could have doxed me in about 5 minutes if you wanted to, if you actually tried properly. But I was called Joe in general for a very long time. I would talk about crypto, precious metals, quite politically spicy over here on X. I have 2,500 followers. Been gaining a bunch of followers since I've gone more personal. I've added my real photo, changed a couple of things up, added my real name, and I've changed some of the stuff here, and I'm really focusing on this too. So please hit me up with a follow here, because you'll get lots of just intraday stuff, crypto stuff, precious metal stuff, political stuff. You'll probably see me at my spiciest here on X. So if you are on X, please do. And I go live on X as well. I'm currently live on there as of right now, as you can see. So hit me up with a follow right there. But we will take a look at, and I'll come back here. All right. Chart request time. We are going to take a look at Clean Air Metals. This has been requested by Niels Han Dynasty. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. I don't even know the ticker. Can someone tell me the ticker? Or maybe I'll just look it up. But we're going to take a look at Clean Air Metals, whatever it is and whatever it does. Okay, this is what I love to do. I do live looks, first looks, and I just use some simple technical analysis to just give you my own non-financial advice opinion. Okay, so let's take a look. Clean Air Metals. I don't want to compare a symbol. I want to look one up. There we go. All Clean Air Metals. Clean Air Metals. Okay. Clean Air Metals Incorporated. We've got on a German exchange. Looks like we've got Canadian exchange. We've got OTC American exchange. I'm going to do it in American. Cool. That's just easier to do it that way. So we're going to take a look at, technically this is, well, we'll see. CLRMF, we might need to have a look at a couple because it might depend on which one has more historical charts. Okay, so we'll take a look at a couple. Here is it on the American exchange, and this goes back to May of 2020. And if I take a look at the CKU, goes back to the same era. Okay, so March of 2020, and what was that? Yeah, so we got March of 2020. Oh, March of 2021. Okay, so this other one is even better. Okay, righto. Cool. Niels Han Dynasty, if you're still watching, can you please let me know if this is the right chart? I have to assume it is. It's called Clean Air Metals. And yeah, all right. Comments? No comments. All right, so let's have a look at Clean Air Metals. This is technically on, the ticker is CLRMF. Or if you want to find it on one of the German exchanges, I believe it is, it's CKU. But here it is. Don't know what they are, don't know what they do. But let's take a quick look. Okay, so and I don't know if this is the full historical chart, but let's just assume it is, and they launched, whatever, May of 2020. It's probably a longer chart, I imagine, but we'll just use this one. 36 US cents, okay? And then we've gone all the way down to, and I'll use Fibonacci, all the way down to a low so far of 2 cents right here. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think that's the right one. So this is CLRMF, Clean Air Metals. Again, Clean Air Metals, they do something to do with metals and cleaning the air. Is it an air purification system using metal or silver or something? Please let me know. Here's what I am observing. Very clearly had been in a downtrend. Okay, looks like the downtrend might be done. Let's have a look on the weekly time frame. None of this is investment advice. I don't know whether you should be getting into this because I don't even know the fundamentals of it. So please let me know, Neil. What are we looking at? Okay, here. We're not above there yet. Okay, but we have cracked above this one. So let's have a look. So that got cracked. There we are. There it is right there. So when you cracked here, you were starting to get interested in CLRMF, in Clean Air Metals. Okay, looks like we've had a move back up to previous resistance. That's right here at about 7 US cents. Very clear retrace, and we have yet to have a retest. So I'd actually suggest, and if we're looking at this on the weekly time frame, you can see we went into extremely overvalued on the weekly on Clean Air Metals. We are trending down. So I would suggest that a further move down is coming. It doesn't always happen, but oftentimes, a lot of times, after you break out of a key area, you break out and you come back to retest it at some point. Sometimes it happens quickly. Sometimes you have the move and then a quick move and then back up. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, okay? So you might see, something like this. I don't know, but at some point it will retest, I think, very likely, this downtrend line. That would be an area to watch out for very closely, because some people who might be very bullish on this clean air metals from a fundamental perspective might see this as the absolute confirmation that the bottom is in, right? Underperforming, just in a total bear market since 2021, right? Bear market, bottom, breakout, retest. Many people would decide to load up there. Again, if they are very bullish on this clean air metals company as in their fundamentals. Does that make sense? Watch out for that, okay? Really watch out for that as a bottoming area. You could probably find that it may coincide with this bottom here as well. So you could call it, say, there. Oh, there you go. Look at that, right? Area of support, area of resistance, come back and test. So that would be the most likely scenario, that if you were coming back to test it, you'd probably do it by around about the end of this year, I would imagine. That's the most likely scenario for me. A retest here, finding support here. So support became resistance, becomes support once again. It's also support after the breakout. That is the perfect place where many people would go, gee, I'm really loading up the truck there. I'm not telling you to do that. I don't know what this company is, what it does, what the fundamentals are. Who's the CEO? Are they a skeezer? Are they a great person? I don't know. But you're also trending down on the relative strength index on the weekly. It will have to bottom at some point, but this would be an area that many people would look at and go, ooh, if you start to then break out and then come towards this downtrend line, that is very interesting. Some people would take some profits here. Imagine buying here and then waiting for the resistance line. That's a 170% move, roughly. Okay, slightly more if you move it over. Okay, so bear in mind, there will be traders, because there always is. There's investors and there are traders. There will be traders who see that as an amazing opportunity. Again, if the fundamentals are good for clean air metals, and you will find resistance at this downtrend line. Imagine buying here, waiting, 5-6 months and making 180%, right? Particularly if you buy at scale. You put tens of thousands of dollars on it. I'm not telling you to do that, but imagine that, 180%. So you would find some resistance here. And that would be very smart for someone to buy down here and at least maybe wait until the 100% move. You've doubled your money. What do you do after you double your investment? You sell half of it. Why? You're free rolling. You recoup your initial investment, and then, hey, you see what it does from here. If it breaks through, hey, it's all gravy. You've locked in your initial investment. You got that money back, and now you're just free riding. Okay. So, for example, I'll just delete it. That would be easier. So do expect resistance here. Something would happen there. And then I would say the getting excited line, getting interested line. I'd say the getting excited line is here. And you can very clearly see, I'll just show you, this high and this low on the Fibonacci actually matches pretty closely with, in hindsight though, but it matches pretty closely with previous support and resistance levels. That's how you know the Fibonacci levels that you are choosing are good, and that's how it helps you to know that the bottom is definitely in. Okay, it feels like the bottom is in. You can see very clearly here. Again, I don't know what this thing does, so I could be completely wrong, but you can see very clearly here, resistance level, that's at the 618, right, of the Fibonacci from this old high and this old low. You can see very clearly here. Now, why would it find resistance here? This is the thing you have to ask. Why is Fibonacci good? Again, it's in hindsight, but when you post it from this high and this low, there's exact resistance. Why would it find exact resistance here? It wasn't previous, right? If support, it wasn't resistance. Why didn't you come up to here? You came up to here at the 0.236. I also do have a theory that Fibonacci, and many other people have this theory, that Fibonacci can actually help you to find the low before the lows are in. So for example, and I'm not saying this was going to be, it's all hindsight, okay? And I'm maybe just spitballing. But let's just say you're noticing, oh, it's definitely in a bear market. I've got to find the low. Where would it be? Then you take the top here and then you find where are the key Fibonacci levels? Where are they lining up at maybe, right? And you could go there maybe. But for example, if you went, gee, that lines up pretty well. It lines up here. It lines up there. It lines up there. Imagine posting that and then you go, there's your low. Now, I'm not saying that's foolproof at all. So again, hindsight's 2020. So it might be just, hindcasting. So ignore what I'm saying, but I find it very interesting. Okay, but this is the getting excited line. I wouldn't even call this the getting interested line. I would probably call this, no, this is the getting excited line. I would be interested, give us a sec. What's that price at? It's at 10 cents. Okay, so 10 cents getting excited. Again, this is in USD, okay? 10 cents USD. Getting excited line. You start cracking above and closing above 10 cents. That's looking really good for a continuation. Okay. You would call the getting interested line, I would say back above here. It doesn't coincide with the Fibonacci level, but you can see resistance, resistance. So I'm going to put it right there. Yeah, it's there-ish. All right, I'm going to say at around about 6 cents. 7 cents to be safe. Getting interested. Cool? Cool. There's your 7 cents getting interested. You'd be wanting to watch out for that downtrend line though. Okay, that's why you're just getting interested. You're not like, whoa, I'm totally in. But, this is... what would I say? Give me a sec. No. Okay. Changing it. No, I can't. No, I'm interested after 7 cents. Okay, this would be a key bottoming area. All right, key bottoming here at your 3 cent mark. You would want to see it hold there. Key bottoming area at 3 cents. You bounce off there. Getting interested line 7 cents. Getting excited 10 cents. After there, the final hurdle to say, man, this thing is really cracking onwards and upwards is probably here at your 15 to 16 cent mark right there. Okay, there's your final hurdle. Oh, no. Final hurdle for all-time highs is right here. So that's at 24 cents, call it. Call it 25 to be even. 25 cents. Final hurdle. And it's the final hurdle to say that new all-time highs are coming. That's what I should always give the caveat. When I put a final hurdle in, it means final hurdle for new all-time highs. Okay? So you don't have to wait for the final hurdle, though. What you could do, again, for example, why is all this E stuff coming up? No idea. Example, what you could do, imagine playing this. Imagine waiting for the getting excited line. You go, okay, it's closed a month, and we're talking about monthly closes, not monthly spikes or daily spikes or weekly spikes, monthly closes. You close a month above 10 cents, that's looking really interesting. Okay, it could still have a bit of a retrace, but you're looking very good, right? Getting excited. Imagine getting in here at around about your 10 cents and playing it to the final hurdle, because you don't know whether it will make a new all-time high. Well, that's over 100% move. Who wants to double their investment? Everyone does, right? What do you do at double? Sell half, as I said, recoup your initial investment, and then then if it cracks above the final hurdle, what you could decide to do, let's say you sell half, right? Let's say you get in here at the 10 cent mark, you get out here at the final hurdle, and then you wait. You sell half, right? So you're free rolling the rest, and then you see it start creeping up. And then it does something like this and bounces off. Well, what you could do is you could just keep that initial investment and just keep free rolling the half and still going. Or if you wanted to, you could then put that half back in because you've waited for confirmation. Cool? None of this is financial advice. I don't necessarily think I would do any of this. But I will keep an eye out for this. I'll keep it on my rotation. Okay, I'll keep it in the thing because it looks interesting. Clean air metals, again, don't know what it is, don't know what it does. Neil, you can tell me, but that is that. And if we're looking at this on the monthly time frame, now on the monthly, I should say, extremely undervalued. Okay, we are in extremely undervalued. Actually, here, technically here, but there was a higher price right there. That's that key bottoming area at that 3 cent level. Although, oh no, yeah, it's right there, and we did come back and test it. We are in an uptick. Okay, looks like we might be forming an arc right here on the monthly. So that's the good news for this one. Right, look at that. Is this a big cup? Okay, could you say that this is the bottoming area, and it'll do something like this? There's your 10 cent getting excited line, and then crack back up. Yeah, quite possibly. It's good to see that is rounding out. We're not above the major area of resistance though, so you need to crack above here. Very clear resistance. 1, 2. What you would want to see, again, this would coincide probably roughly with that, either with the 7 cent getting interested or 10 cent getting excited line, is again on the monthly cracking up here. You start closing months above here on the relative strength index. That's very positive, okay? And on this particular index, it's never been an extremely overvalued. It's never been at the top of the relative strength index. You'd be looking at a really good move, okay? That would set that up very nicely, in my humble non-financial advice opinion. So on the monthly, it looks quite good. We just need to tap above this 44.5 area on the monthly relative strength index. Cool. And if we do make new all-time highs, what we'd be looking at, I would be basing it on this Fibonacci and profit-taking areas. You've got, I'll just stick with the, 1.618 to the 2.618. So it could crack higher than there, but just to be safe, here is your profit-taking area, your major profit-taking area. Cool, so that's at 60 to 90 cents. Major profit taking. Again, this would be after you've taken out your initial investment. Okay, maybe you've gotten in here, you've doubled, and you're free riding the rest. You would be looking to take out the major profits, the final, always leave 10% in the bag just in case. But your vast majority of profit taking would be happening around about here between 60 and 90 cents. Having said that, I don't know, this thing could go absolutely hog wild. So always keep a bag just in case. That has been Clean Air Metals, people. Now, here's what I want to find out. Am I still going live, or are my comments not coming up on this thing? So I'm going to check here just to check with my comments. Have I got comments, but they're not coming up? No, it's just no one wants to comment. That's okay. That's fine. You've been enthralled. So get your final comments in right now because we are ending the show in the next couple of minutes because this has been Good Morning Stackers for Wednesday, the 20th of November. Tomorrow you will get a show. Friday, you may get a show, but it may be earlier. I have to decide. I am traveling to, quick plug. If you live in Tasmania, if you live in the Hobart area, or if you live in the Launceston area, this weekend, Friday night in Hobart, I will be playing with the U2 show Achtung Baby in partnership with the Australian INXS U2, the Australian INXS tribute show as well. It's our combined U2 INXS tribute show called Stuck in a Moment. So if you live in the Tasmania area, you want to come see me on Friday night in Hobart, Google search Stuck in a Moment, U2 INXS. And then Tasmania or Hobart, you'll find the ticket link. Do the same for Launceston. You'll see the Launceston link. This is testing. This is live. This is live, Gaza. It is live, mate. And it is live, but I'm just coming towards the end of the show. But I'll have a quick chat with Gaza. Gaza, 1, 2, 3. Are you? You're testing this as live with a winky face. So now I see what you're doing. Thanks, Gaza, for joining the show. I think you've probably been watching since the start. I appreciate that, Gaza. Little test. Everyone's enthralled with my amazing voice and my amazing technical analysis and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do it. We're going to end the show because this has been...
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab it
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
and let's do the...
Synchronize slurp.
In
Now
3,
we're on the move.
2, 1. Slurp it, people.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling
Oh, have an amazing Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow.